In this session, let's talk about page object model. In page object model, every web page has a corresponding page class. If you're working on Java language, then you have to create a Java page class. If you're working on C Sharp, Selenium with C Sharp, you need to create a page class in C Sharp. In case if you're working on Python, you need to create a page class in Python. Depends on what language you use. All the actions that you perform on a web page are added to page class in terms of methods. For example, in the WordPress.com website, we have seen multiple pages. One is home web page, login web page, dashboard web page, and profile web page. In every web page, we were performing some actions. For example, in the home web page, we clicked on login link. When you click on login link, so it goes to the login page. In the login page, we were performing setting the username, clicking on the continue button, setting the password, click on login button. These are the actions that we are performing on the login web page. And when it comes to dashboard page, after login, you go to the dashboard web page. In the dashboard web page, we are clicking on the profile icon so that you can navigate to profile page. In the profile web page, we are setting the first name, setting the last name, setting the display name, and setting the about me. Also, we were clicking on the save button. So these are the different actions which we are performing on different web pages. What page object model says is, for every web page, you must have a corresponding page class. For a home web page, you should have homepage.java. For a login web page, you should have loginpage.java. For a dashboard web page, you should have the corresponding page class, that is dashboard page.java. Similarly, for profile web page, you should have profile page.java. That is the first point. And in the second point, whatever the actions that you are performing on the web page, all those actions should be converted to a methods and kept in the page class that is created. In the home web page, you are performing an action that is click on login link. For this action, you should have a corresponding action method in the page class, that is public void click on login link. So how do we click on the login link? That code, you have to write it here. You have to implement it here. And in the login web page, you should have a corresponding page class, that is login page.java. Whatever the actions that you are performing on the login web page, you should have the corresponding action methods in the login page.java, such as public void setting the username, public void click on continue button, public void set password, public void click on login button. And all these methods has to be implemented with the code. To set the username, you need to find the username element, driver.find element by ID username, and you get the web element, and then you can do send case. So that action code, you have to write it in the set username, and the corresponding action code for clicking on the continue button, you have to keep it in that method. So that way you have to write the action methods in the corresponding page class, and you have to implement all those methods. Similarly for dashboard page.java and profile page.java. The advantage of having the page object model is that all the action methods related to a page or belongs to that particular page. So that in case if there is any change in that page, if there is any change in that web page, for example, the username locator got changed or password locator got changed, or any other changes are happened to that page, in that case you need to go to the corresponding page class and modify the code. If there is a change in login page, you have to go to the corresponding login page.java and do the necessary modification. If there is a change in home page, you have to go to the corresponding home page.java, do the necessary modification. And if there is any change in the dashboard web page, for example, profile icon element got changed or locator got changed or whatever it is, you need to go to the corresponding dashboard page.java, do the necessary modification. Your changes are limited to that particular page class and to that particular page method, so that if something is changed, you don't need to worry where and all you have to change. So you simply have to go to the corresponding page class and do the necessary modification. And whatever the page classes that you have created, you need to make use of them. You need to make use of those page classes, and you need to make use of those page methods which are created in your test code. So how are we going to create page classes, and how are we going to make use of these page classes and these page methods? I'm going to explain in the coming sessions.